Hi students, now we are going to study the first part of the second lesson, A Gift of Chapels, from the NCERT textbook called Honeycomb. The writer of this chapter is Vasanta Surya. The main character of this chapter is Mridu. Mridu is a young girl growing up in Madras, now called Chennai, with Tabi, her grandmother, and Tata, her grandfather. One afternoon, Tabi takes her to her aunt Rukumani's house to meet her cousins Lali, Ravi, and Meena. Now let us straight go to the first paragraph. A smiling Rukumani threw open the door. Ravi and Meena rushed out, and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. Wait, let me take off my slippers, protested Mridu. She set them out neatly near a pair of large black ones. Those were grey, actually with dust. You could see the clear mark of every toe on the front part of each slipper. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny. Mridu didn't have much time to wonder about whose slippers they were, because Ravi dragged her to the backyard behind a thick bitterberry bush. There, inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand, lay a very small kitten lapping up milk from a coconut half-shell. We found him outside the gate this morning. He was mewing, poor thing, said Meena. When Mridu reached Rukumani's house, she opened the door with a smiling face. There were Ravi and Meena. They rushed out, and Ravi pulled Mridu into the house. Ravi dragged Mridu into the house. Then Mridu wanted to take her slippers off, and she even protested Mridu also. She set them out neatly near a pair of large black ones. There were other pairs of slippers. Those were grey, actually, with dust. The slippers which were already there in grey color because of the dust. You could see the clear mark every toe on the front part of each slipper, because it was long used and it was about to be thrown out. It was very old slippers. The marks for the two big toes were long and scrawny. Here the word scrawny means very thin, suggesting skinny toes. Mridu didn't have time to wonder about whose slippers they were, because Ravi dragged her into the backyard behind a thick bitterberry bush. Here the word bitterberry is one type of tree. It reaches to the height of over 30 feet. Its stems are slender and numerous. These trees are usually found in Canada. Its fruit's color is dark and red. There, inside a torn football lined with sacking and filled with sand, there lay a very small kitten. This kitten was lapping up milk. Lapping up milk means drinking or licking the milk from a half-broken coconut shell. These children found this kitten outside the gate that morning. He was mewing, poor thing, because this kitten was starving, so it was mewing, said Meena to these boys and girls. Now let us go through the next page. It's a secret. Amma says Party will leave for our Padumama's house if she knows we have a cat. People are always telling us to be kind to animals, but when we are, they scream, "Oh, don't bring that dirty creature here," said Ravi. Do you know how hard it is just to get a little milk from the kitchen? Party saw me with a glass to my hand just now. I told her I am very hungry, I want to drink it, but the way she looked at me, I had to drink most of it to throw her off the scent. Then she wanted the tumbler back. Party, I will wash it myself. Why should I put you to trouble? I told her. Now, Meena said Mridu that the matter of finding the kitten was kept secret. If her party comes to know that they have a kitten at home, then surely she will run to Padumama's house. She does not like the kitten actually. Not only that, she is afraid of the cat also. Here the writer says that there are people who always tell everyone to be kind to animals. But when any animal comes to their home or house, they do not like to keep it with them. But they are good at saying that to be kind with the animals. Do you know how hard it is just to get a little milk from the kitchen? Now, Ravi is getting a little bit of milk from the kitchen, that also not without the notice of his grandmother and grandfather. Party, the grandmother, saw Ravi taking milk from the kitchen. She asked Ravi the reason. Then Ravi said some other excuse. Actually, he did not say Party that they found a kitten outside the gate, but he took out the milk from the kitchen, saying that he wanted to drink it. In order to make her believe, he drank little bit of milk so that the Party will get some scent, some sort of smell of this milk from his mouth. Actually, he did not want to drink it, whereas he wants to give a small share to this hungry kitten. And Party asked Ravi to give back the tumbler. Here the word tumbler means a small drinking glass. But he told Party that he would wash it from outside and keep it in the kitchen. Amma had a fear that Party would go away if she knows about the cat in the house. Ravi had succeeded by tact in getting a little milk for the kitten. Students, we have noticed that Ravi had to drink the milk to throw her off the scent. The meaning of the phrase "to throw her off the scent" is to fool somebody. Here the child befooled Party to give the milk to the kitten. He acted like drinking the milk. Let us see the remaining part. I had to run and pour the milk into this coconut shell and then run back and wash the tumbler and put it back before she got really suspicious. Now we have to think of some other way to feed Mahendran. Mahendran. This little kitty's name is Mahendran? Mridu was impressed. It was a real name, not just like a cute kitty cat name. Actually, his full name is Mahendra Varma Pallava Pune, MB. Pune for short, if you like, is a fine breed of cat. Just look at his fur, like a lion's mane. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was, don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. Mridu giggled. We can understand that Ravi was very clever because he ran outside and poured the milk into the broken coconut shell and came back very soon and washed the tumbler without knowing the party, and he made sure that party really did not get any doubt. Now we have to think of some other way to feed Mahendran. Mahendran told his friends that they have to see some other way to give food or to find food for Mahendran. Mahendran, this little kitty's name is Mahendran. Mridu was impressed. She became very happy by knowing the name of the cat. It was a real name, not just a cute kitty cat name. Usually people keep some other names for these cats, like some other easy names. People usually keep some easy names for the kittens, just like Mittu, Ponnu, Kuttu, etc. Actually, his full name is Mahendra Varma Pallava Pune. In short, it is said MB. Pune for short, if you like. If we like to call him Pune, okay, we can call. He has a fine breed of cat. He is a fine breed of cat means he comes from a good cat family. Just look at his fur. Here the word fur means short and soft hair on the back of animals, like a lion's mane. Mane means the hair around the neck of a lion. And you know what the emblem of the ancient Pallava kings was, don't you? He looked expectantly at Mridu. He looked expectantly at Mridu. Mridu giggled. Mridu laughed. He looked for some other meaning. He was expecting something from Mridu, and Mridu just laughed only. In short, we can say that Ravi said about the cat. He said that it was a fine breed of cat, and Ravi gave a detailed account of the cat's family and relatives. He said the cat was a descendant of the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. Meena and Mridu smiled at his cooked up story. He made some ready-made story that is known as cooked up story. Think I am joking? Well, just wait. I will show you sometime. It's clear you don't know a thing about history. Haven't you been to Mahabalipuram? Have you? He said mysteriously. Well, when our class went to Mahabalipuram, I saw a statue of his tatas, etc. Fact is, Mahendran here is descended from that very same ancient cat. A close relative, scientifically speaking, of none other than the lion. the Pallava lion, emblem of the Pallava dynasty. Ravi went on, walking around the bitterberry bush, waving twig up and down, his eyes sparkling. This cat is a descendant of none other than the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. And if I may just remind you, they worshipped cats in ancient Egypt. When Mridu smiled, Ravi was little annoyed. He asked her why she was joking, why she laughed. Think I am joking? Well, just wait. Ravi told Mridu to wait. He wanted to show her sometime. It is clear you don't know a thing about history. Ravi told Mridu that Mridu doesn't know anything about the history, and Ravi asked her whether she had been to Mahabalipuram or not. He said mysteriously, means he said little secretly. Well, when our class went to Mahabalipuram, I saw a statue of his tatas, etc. Tata means grandfather. And Ravi went to Mahabalipuram along with his friends. He claims that he saw the statue of this cat's tatas, grandparents, grandfather's statue. He says that this is a statue of his great grandfather's statue. The real fact is Mahendran here is descended from that very same ancient cat. Ravi is saying that this cat is he comes from the same family of he is very same family from the ancient cat. Ancient here means very old, a close relative, scientifically speaking, of none other than the lion. And Ravi says that the cat comes from the family of a lion, the Pallava lion, emblem of the Pallava dynasty. The emblem of the Pallava dynasty is a picture of the statue of a lion. Ravi went on. Went on means continued. He continued his bluffing or talking, walking around the bitterberry bush. He was walking around the bitterberry bush and waving a twig up and down. Waving means he was just rotating the twig means twig. Twig means a piece of wood. He was waving this twig up and down, his eyes sparkling means with much enthusiasm. When he was going on saying about the greatness of this cat, his eyes was sparkling. This cat is a descendant of none other than the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. He is again saying that this cat is the descendant of the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat. And if I may just remind you, they worshipped cats in ancient Egypt. And this Ravi is telling Mridu that the people of ancient Egypt, they worshipped cat in those time. They worshipped cats in Egypt. From this paragraph, we can understand that Ravi was going on saying the greatness, or he was going on saying or going on bluffing about this small kitten, and other members, other friends were just smiling. They were unable to believe whatever Ravi was revealing about that kitten. Now let us see the next page. How he loved the sound of his own voice. Meena and Mridu exchanged looks. What does that have to do with anything? Mridu demanded. Hua, I am telling you this cat is descended from the Egyptian cat god, not goddess, Bastet. Yeah, that's it. So, well, one of the descendants of that cat goddess was a stowaway in one of the Pallava ships, and his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, whose descendant is Ravi flourished his stick at Mahendran. M.B. Pune here. Whoop, eek, he shrieked, very pleased with himself. Mahendran looked up, alarmed. He had just been sharpening his claws on the edge of the coconut shell, but worse than Ravi's awful whoop eek was a screech from the window. How he loved the sound of his own voice. Meena and Mridu exchanged looks. Means they looked at each other in disbelief. Ravi was praising about his own cat. What does that have to do with anything? Mridu demanded. Mridu asked in wonder. What does that voice have to do with anything? Hua, I am telling you this cat is descended from the Egyptian cat god, not goddess. Again, this Ravi says about the descendant of his cat. He is not leaving that particular word, descended. He is repeating that word. And he is claiming that this cat is descended from the Egyptian cat god, not goddess. Bastet. Here the word Bastet means ancient Egyptian goddess worshipped in the form of a lioness and later a cat. And he says that cat goddess was a stowaway in one of the Pallava ships. Stowaway means traveled in ship without taking the ticket. The cat reached here by the Pallava ships, he says. And his descendant was the Mahabalipuram Rishi cat, whose descendant is Ravi flourished his stick at Mahendran. Flourished means he waved the stick to show or get attraction. But unfortunately, that stick just hit on the body of that kitten. It's called Mahendran. M.B. Pune here. Whoop eek. He shrieked, very pleased with himself. He cried in a low voice and he was getting pain. The cat was frightened to hear Ravi's sound. He fled from his place. Mahendran looked up, alarmed. He had just been sharpening his claws on the edge of that broken coconut shell. But worse than Ravi's awful here means horrible, sharp or slender and curved nail was being polishing, or he was sharpening his claws. But all of a sudden, Ravi's awful whoop was a screech from the window. The sound is changed. When this cat was sharpening his claws, Ravi made a loud voice, awful voice. Then, by listening that sound, the cat got frightened, jumped and ran away from that place. What a weird sound! If Mridu was startled, MP Pune was frightened out of his wits. Hair standing on end, he bounced up and scurried towards a bamboo tray of red chilies that had been set out to dry. Trying to hide beneath it, he tipped a few chilies over himself. Meow, he howled miserably. The screeching went on and on. What is that noise? Said Mridu. That is Lali learning to play the violin, grunted Ravi. She will never learn a thing. The music master just goes on playing like a train, whizzing on and on, while Lali is all the time derailing, going completely off track. What a weird sound. Here the meaning of the word weird means some supernatural sound. Mridu was startled. Mridu was showing some sudden feeling of shock. Mridu was shocked because of the awful sound that came from Ravi. MP Pune was also frightened out of his wits. This kitten also was much frightened because of the awful sound that Devi made. Hair standing on end, he bounced up and scurried towards a bamboo tray of red chilies. He ran or he moved towards a bamboo tray of red chilies. That red chilies had been set out to dry. He ran towards that red chilies and hid himself. Not only that, he used some chilies to cover his body so that nobody can see him. And he cried, meow. He howled miserably. He cried with extreme pain. Why he got pain? Because when Ravi waved the twig, accidentally it poked on the body of that poor little kitten. The screeching went on and on. One unpleasant or sharp sound was going on there. Then Mridu inquired what was the sound about. Then Ravi knows it pretty well because he very often hears this sound, and he said that is Lali learning to play the violin. There is one music master coming to teach the violin, and this is the sound that is made by Lali while playing violin. Grunted Ravi. Grunted here means made a low or in articulate sound. He said in a low voice. She will never learn a thing. Why did he said? What made him say like this? Because he has been listening Lali making this unpleasant sound for many months or years. That is the main matter that he says that she won't learn a thing. If she is able, she would have learned before, and she would have played the violin beautifully, whereas she is making some unpleasant sound. So Ravi was not at all happy with her way of playing violin. She will never learn a thing. The music master just goes on playing like a train, whizzing on and on. Here, what do you mean by the train whizzing on and on? Means the train, when the train moves in a rail, it makes continuous or rhythmic sound that can be heard beautifully. We can enjoy that sound. But think, when a train is derailed from its path, means its tracks, then of course there will be an accident. then the situation it becomes worse. The same way, when this music master plays the violin, it is very beautiful to listen, but whereas when Lali starts to play, it is just like a train goes out of the track, or the train leaves the track, or the train go out of the track. Here the train is compared to a sound. And that's all for today's class. The part 2 will be taught the next week. There will be some additional questions that I will be giving during these days. So you can expect more additional questions. Here, note another point that I have underlined some of the words in red color. You have to find out the meanings of those words and send it to me. Write and send it to me. Everyone, if you are going through my class for the first time in this channel, please do subscribe it and hit the bell button to get new notification about my next upcoming videos. So thank you one and all.